Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and I'm being blackmailed, ladies and gentlemen. Woohoo! Now, I might be like, wow, you look like the happiest person getting blackmailed, and I kind of want to talk about, this letter that I've received. And it's pretty goofy, pretty scary, chilling letter. It's got photos of my house. It's got my name, my number, and a pretty threatening demand letter. So let's start off reading this together. And obviously, I'm going to redact some information because it does contain an actual address, does contain an actual number, and does, of course, contain my name. So, yeah, there's some private information to deal with. The letter starts off like this, like a real creepypasta, something on deep web browsing. Mudahar, I know that calling blank or visiting my address would be a effective way to have a word with you in case you don't act. Don't try to hide from this. You have no idea what I'm capable of in Brampton. Now, for anybody that doesn't know what Brampton is one of the cities in the Greater Toronto Area. And it's one of the first places that I think I've really lived at on, at least got a house. I don't live in Brampton anymore. In fact, now I live much, much, much towards I guess I shouldn't even be in a cardinal direction. I don't live in the city anymore, okay? I live a bit away from it, okay? It's important you pay attention to this message right now. We're all paying attention together. Take a minute to relax, breathe, and really dig into it. We're talking about something serious here, and I don't play games. You do not know anything about me, however, I know a lot about you, and right now, you are thinking how? Correct? Yeah, I'm wondering what iteration of ChatGPT was used to write this letter. Well, you've been a bit careless lately, scrolling through those videos and venturing into the darker corners of cyberspace. you know, it's not every day you come across somebody who says you've been in the corners of cyberspace. Just say the internet, dog. Why you gotta make it? Why you gotta make it sound like a '90s cyberpunk D&D, bro? We're not playing Cyborg. Get out of here. I placed a malware on an adult website, and you visited it to watch. Know what I mean? While you were busy enjoying those videos, your device began functioning as an RDP, remote control, which provided me with total control over your device. I can peep at everything on your display, flick on your cam and mic, and you wouldn't even notice. Oh, and I have got access to all your emails, contacts, and social media accounts too. Now, ladies and gentlemen, obviously I've made videos in the past showcasing why you shouldn't download random executable files from people over Discord because they could contain remote access Trojans. I've covered very recently how the FBI had something known as Magic Lantern or a lot of these key logging remote access tools, and I kind of show how they work, where basically if you launch something, it could silently live in your computer and people can browse and grab information at will. So yeah, this stuff is real, like up until this point, right? Like that kind of stuff could happen. So a lot of this letter is mired in some truth. But anyways, been keeping tabs on your pathetic existence for now. It is just your bad luck that I found your blunder. I invested in more days than I probably should have looking into your life, extracted quite a bit of juicy info from your system, and I've seen it all. Yeah, I've got footage of you doing filthy things in your house. I love how there's a compliment. Nice setup, by the way. So yeah, apparently I guess I've been doing some filthy things around my house. So pretty wild stuff. Now again, if it's all just me cranking one out, then I guess it's not, the end of the world. Everyone does that. It's not like they're alleging that I've done anything crazy illegal here. That would be different. I then developed videos and screenshots where on one side of the screen there's whatever garbage you were playing, No Man's Sky, and on the other half it's you doing dirty things. With just a click, I can send this filth to all of your contacts. Now, throughout my years on YouTube, I think most of my family has already seen the worst possible things. I know that my grandma has at least seen like a sorry Mass Effect ass porn hentai of me, which, at that point, it You know, if she can look at that and still call me every year on my birthday, I think we're good. I mean, you know, my mom's seen deep ass browsing 69. I see you're getting anxious, but let's get real. As a family man, I want to wipe the slate clean and let you move on with your regular life and forget you ever existed. I will give you two alternatives. First option is to turn a deaf ear this mail. So I don't understand why they're saying, like, I see you're getting anxious. Like, why is this written as if it's a live chat to me? Dog, this is an email, okay? All right, how can you be looking into the future when you wrote this in the past? That makes no sense, John Titer. Get out of here. Let's see what'll happen if you opt this option. Your video will get sent to all your contacts. The video is straight fire. And I can't even fathom the embarrassment you'll endure when your colleagues, friends, and fam watch it. But hey, that's life, ain't it? Don't be playing the victim here. Dog, I would be the victim in this situation. And like I said, you know, once your family sees deep-ass browsing 69, nothing is scarier than that, so go ahead, I guess, roll the dice. Otherwise, choice is to pay me and be confidential about it. We'll call this my keep the secret fee. Just say blackmail, bro. This is cringe. What's with the cloak and dagger shit? Let's discuss what happens when you choose this option. Your dirty secret will remain private, and I will wipe everything clean once you come through with the payment. You will make the payment via Bitcoin only. So immediately right now, if you were trying to scam my grandparents or even my parents or anybody, you already lost right there. They don't even know what the fuck a Bitcoin is. Pay attention. I'm telling you straight. We gotta make a deal. I want you to know I'm coming at you with good intentions. I'm a person of integrity. Oh, blackmailer with integrity. Oh boy, what a guy. Amount to be paid. So this is where they ask for the actual demand, right? And the demand is a pretty hefty 2,000 US dollars. Now, if I look at the BTC address right over here, one of the big benefits of, you know, doing this kind of content and covering this kind of stuff is I took that same address and I tossed it into a blockchain explorer, and thankfully, there has been $0 ever sent over. Now look, there's a good chance that this person could have made a Bitcoin wallet address that is specifically oriented to me, but generally with a scam, you're sending out like hundreds of these letters, right? Hundreds of these blackmails. You're probably not making hundreds of Bitcoin wallet addresses, but maybe that could be the case. Thankfully, in this case, the spam has received $0. So then they say, let me tell you, it's peanuts for your price, for your piece. God damn. Okay, maybe this wasn't written by ChatGPT because ChatGPT can't be this cringe. Or maybe it does have some human, you know, modification, okay? Christ almighty. So anyways, I do a note. You now have 1 day in order to sort this out. It's been more than a day. And I will only accept Bitcoin. I have a unique pixel within this message, and right now I know that you're reading this message. So I love how they kind of write this to make it look real time. Like, dude, get out of here. My system will catch that Bitcoin payment and wipe out all the dirt I've got on you. Don't you think about replying to this or negotiating. It's pointless. The email and wallet are custom made for you, untraceable. Yeah, I guess it might be pointless responding to this. Maybe the person writing this probably doesn't even speak English as a first language or even understand it. This is just ChatGPT nonsense. And when they talk about the email and wallet are custom made for you, untraceable, dog, Bitcoin, look, men lie, women lie, but the blockchain doesn't lie, okay? All right, I can trace this. Get out of here, all right? Who do you think are trying to scam? If I suspect that you've shared or discussed this email with someone else, your video will instantly getting sent to your contacts. Well, guess my family's gonna see deep ass browsing 69 again. God damn, this is cringe. Don't even think about turning off your phone or resetting it to factory settings. It's pointless. I don't make mistakes, Mudahar. Oh yeah. So next, they have an image of my home. So they write nice locality, by the way. And underneath it is a image of the outside of this address that they've been linking to. Now, the thing about this image is it's not actually like real. You know, maybe like somebody could get scammed and think, whoa, this is real. This is the outside of my house. They literally just went on Google Street View and just captured the outside of the address that they were linking to. This this is just cringe. Okay, this is just insane, and it's actually quite a recent photo. I don't even recognize anything. They didn't even get the years right. Honestly, those online tips about covering your camera aren't as useless as they seem. I am waiting for my payment. Well, buddy, you're going to be waiting for a long, long time because there's not going to be any single payment delivered here. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was a blackmail letter sent to me. Now, for longtime viewers of my channel, you probably have noticed that I've been blackmailed before. And yeah, it was kind of similar to that too. Somebody said they hacked me, ran something, so it's not a brand new scam basically that's occurring. But that one seemed a little bit too personal for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, immediately I started looking up, the statistics of scams. And look, while we can laugh at that, there's a good lesson to learn here that if you ever come across emails like that, it's just all nonsense. Now, obviously, me and you are laughing about it, but I could only imagine if, like, my parents or, God forbid, grandparents came across stuff like that. The way that these letters are written right now with tools like ChatGPT, it's getting to a point where the actual phishing emails are getting quite good, okay? They're getting more personal, they're invoking actual photographs and a lot of things to breed more legitimacy into it. And because it's written through artificial intelligences, it takes literally seconds to write a bunch of these. So imagine if you had like thousands of users, you could write thousands of customized emails to them, maybe have some minor human modifications, but at the end of the day, even if like 3 mails work, okay, it's still financially viable. Even if your success rate is like 1 to 2%, the scam is still viable for a lot of these scumbags doing it. So you might be like, well, Muda, how does this kind of stuff work and how effective is it? So just alone in Canada, okay, Fraud Prevention Month 2023, this is from the RCMP, which is effectively the FBI of Canada. They have said in 2022 alone, the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre received fraud and reports totaling a staggering $530 million in victim losses. Now, to give an idea, Canada is like, if you added up the population of just my country alone, you would have less people than the state of California. So I could only imagine what this number looks like in countries like the United States with a significantly higher population. And then again, going down to Europe, this is big business for a lot of scammers. And unfortunately, for a lot of these kind of scammers, they live in countries like India, for instance, where, there's really not going to be any extradition or really any hunt for them. It's not like the Indian government, to my knowledge, does a whole lot to counteract these scams that happen. So it's a pretty safe haven for a lot of these scumbags to operate in, okay? So not only is it just like a complete, it's kind of like you hit a dead end and you're not really able to do much out of it. So realistically, these people get to operate with relative impunity. So again, I have seen this firsthand when I was going to pick up my passport. I want to say a couple months ago, I literally witnessed an elderly citizen, okay, somebody that drove a taxi all their life. And they were telling me about how they lost effectively their entire like savings account because of an online scam. They just wired their money because they were told something else and they believed it because they were just old and nobody was there to really help them out or understand technology. And it's really sad to hear. And obviously, from my understanding, they ended up getting their money back, even if it was like months down the road through the Canadian government or like, as they reported it. But it's still sad to see. It's a stressful situation to go through. And it's a situation that can put an absolute, person into the worst mental state possible, which again, I don't even want to think of what happens after that. But yeah, it's a bad thing to do. So how do these scumbags get access to the kind of information they talked about? My name, my number, my address. The reality is my information is pretty much well doxed on the internet, okay? I used to do things like deep web browsing every Sunday, and if you go to the old dark web, you'll probably find a few pages of me. You'll probably find an entire website or something dedicated to having my actual docs information out there. And, whether it be on the dark web or things like that, there's plenty of real websites in the clear web that exist that contain docs information of plenty of people on the internet. Sometimes you might not realize it, but people who have good OSINT capabilities or, the ability to crawl through tons of, internet databases can find a lot of information from you just floating around on the internet. And so by looking through the internet and basically grabbing a bunch of records, people can build a profile on nearly anybody. I've covered so many things like data leaks, social security number leaks, massive data breaches. And, for people who, are just signing up to a service somewhere and that gets leaked, scumbags can grab, information from one database breach and another database breach and mix them together. So if they have your first, last name, email here, they have your address there, they have your phone number here, all of that can be amalgamated, and then it just takes a matter of one scammer to just put that information together, effectively send out a whole bunch of these blackmail emails. And the sad part really is that while we're laughing at it, some old guy or somebody who believes that a compromising photo of them jerking off that is being sent to their family and friends, possibly that exists even though it doesn't, they probably did send the $2,000. And if one person did it for the scammer, it is effectively a win, and that is just a profitable day for them. And that's the sad part about the situation. Scams, unfortunately, works, which is why I love making these kind of videos to demystify these situations. Everything that I've seen over here is just somebody grabbing random information on the internet and then just trying to package it up in a spooky way to make me fucking believe that my information is being leaked, and somebody might see a rerun of Deep Ass Browsing 69. So ultimately, yeah, I'm being blackmailed by the worst blackmailer in history. Now, do I believe that there's a compromising video of me out there? No. But, there's always a non-zero chance for these things, so there might be a chance that after I make this video, you might see me, a compromising video of me enjoying, some crazy, adult video on the internet. Could happen. Is it likely? Probably not. But ladies and gentlemen, yeah. If you had a laugh, let me know in the comment section below. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like it. If you dislike it, I am out.